Here's a review of the Jackery Portable Power Station Explorer 300. Now, if you've ever had one of these portable phone charging power bricks, the Jackery is a bigger, better version that can charge way more things. Not only charge things, it can power things. Now, the reason that I bought this thing is that when we go camping, we have a heavy duty air mattress and it has an internal pump on it. Now that pump says it peaks at around 150 watts. And my truck only puts out around like 115. So instead of buying an inverter, I wanted something that can charge a lot of other things and pump up my bed as well. So I went with this Jackery. And since it's a steady 300 watts, it had no problems blowing up the air mattress. It was really cool. But obviously this guy does more than just blow up an air mattress. There's a lot of ports here. So let's go over some of the things on here. First, you're gonna see the display. Sorry, I still have like the protective sticker on it. I just like to leave those things on as long as I can. But it's at 87% and it's been at 87% for a little over a month and a half now. And what's cool is that's when I purchased this thing. I got it right before we went on our big camping trip. I charged it to 100. I inflated the bed, deflated the bed before we left to make sure it works fine. And then I did the same thing once we got to our campsite. My wife and I charged our phones about 1 or 2 times. And then a couple of our buddies charged their phones as well. And it has been sitting for that month and a half and it's at 87% still. This thing holds its charge for a while. Now, how you work this thing is depending on what port that you want, you're gonna press the button to it. So if you're trying to just use a regular old outlet, you're gonna press this button here. It turns it on and you can plug it in. So you turn it off when you're done with it and then you can go over to another one. And now you can use your USB ports. Same thing up here for the cigarette ports. Just press the button when you wanna use it. And then right here is the charging port to actually charge the Jackery. Now, surprisingly, this did not take that long to charge. I don't think I've ever seen it below, I believe it came around like 60, 70%, and it only took an hour or so to charge it back up. But this is definitely one of the coolest purchases that I have ever made. It's awesome, not just for camping, but recently we had these huge storms go through and there was this big scare that we were gonna lose our power and it could be out for a very long time. So it was really nice just having this guy here because if we needed to charge our phones for emergencies or charge our rechargeable batteries for lights or just use this to power lights. So you can plug a lamp right into this thing and you have light. Now, as far as the wattage goes, just make sure that the biggest thing that you're gonna be charging or powering is under that watt amount. So for instance, my example earlier, my air mattress takes about 150 watts. So having a 300 watt Jackery was more than enough. And for those of you like myself that aren't electrically inclined, I did a lot of research on it prior just because I wanted to make sure that I was going to have sufficient power for my air mattress and other things. And basically that 300 watts is per hour. So you could charge or power something at 300 watts for a full hour and this thing would stay on. But given that you're only blowing up your air mattress for a few seconds, that 150 watts does nothing to the battery. So if you're even considering giving one of these a go, I would definitely try it out. I have loved having mine. It's great for camping, but it's also nice to know that it's just there for in case of emergencies.